Call the meeting to order. We're here today to set an agenda, and on the agenda already is what we had left over from last year. Those discussions were the proposed changes to send to Kevin All McDonald was the age 45 and 20 years, and the 2.25 multiplier. Permanent occupational disability change based on whole person impairment rating. 13th check for the retirees. The election of active members. I think, just to touch on that, we got to. So I think we have to have somebody there for what, 2 days or 48 hours or something, monitoring the election box if there's an election type thing.
It's old school, so we need to
I was gonna say,
revamp it.
fire department doesn't really have elections.
Huh?
We
Well,
don't really have elections.
the police department doesn't
We're
either.
supposed to.
Well, that we did last year for
Yeah.
police, so
Yeah.
I think that statute is very antiquated and very old, and I think it needs to be, we need to
Modernized.
investigate different ways of how we can do the voting.
Especially
for
with
actives.
with computers and stuff now.
Modernize.
Yes,
Yeah. Come up a step or two anyway. Okay.
I don't know why all that detail's in there to begin with, but
Right.
what you do is take it out
Yeah,
altogether.
I
You just
agree.
say there'll be a vote.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, the
I'm
second
good with
Wednesday
that.
Hey,
of the
but-
third week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, that'd be fine with me. I mean, because it's antiquated.
it's old, it's awful.
Yeah, it's bad. Because back years ago we used to have the elections. Yeah. It was a pain. And then let's see here. 67A 560, the ability plan to hire additional personnel. Another one was the CERS system reciprocal service purchase. If somebody's in CERS, they can buy some time and come on. Did you say Flipsky had?
Plebsky
Yeah,
had.
Flipsky.
I like the other name.
Plebsky.
Yeah, all right.
That's what he emailed me, since he was.
Okay, all right. Priority items, the 20, we're already looking at that. CERS, we're already looking at that. He wants to look at the drop. As chairperson, we're gonna drop that. He was supposed to get back with us after last year. He has never given us any information, and we're not gonna, we looked at this about 25 years ago, and it would take a long time to do that. And also, the police department is not interested in it at this point,
Yeah, they've already got one.
and whatever. And the main thing is we just don't have the time, so we're not going to look at the drop program. If he wants to get with the FOP and they agree to look at it, then we'll look at it starting next year. Fair enough?
So, if I may, there are a lot of people who are interested in what the drop program may mean, but there's no information. So I don't know. I don't know if I would say that there's nobody interested.
Okay.
I don't.
Talking to
but-
People are interested, but there's no information.
Yeah, but until Kevin provides it, we don't know what we're
Right.
looking
I just want to
at,
make it
so-
clear that we're just not.
Yeah,
Against it.
and the problem with the drop plan is every one of them are different.
Sure. I'm just saying that
And
we're
it's
not necessarily
and I
against it.
think
We
it's
just don't know what they would.
and I think it's going to be because I've been through it before when we did changes on the pension. It's going to have to be a hard sell
Sure.
because it's something different.
I'm probably asked about drop about once a week. Is what I'm saying.
Oh,
So
really?
There are a lot of people who are
I'm
interested.
talking to Jeremy. He didn't.
There are people who are interested in what it may mean, but the devil's going to be the details, and as far as I know, we don't have it.
We don't. Yeah, we don't have anything.
I just want to make that
Okay,
clear.
that's fine. Something that I had some people talking to me about, and I brought it up to Susan. And actually, I think it would be the change would probably save the city some money, and that's the health insurance. When you retire, you basically have to keep your health insurance here, and then these going to other departments, other places, and they're double dipping on insurance, but they got to keep it here. And the way the statute is that if they drop out of it, they cannot get back into our pension, or our insurance plan. Which is, that part is fine, but like at 65, when they get to Medicare, why couldn't we allow them to come back in at that time? So they wouldn't have to be paying 2 insurance policies, the city's not having to pay, you know, for the extra policy that they're got, because we're, you know, and you wanna talk about it, because you know more about the insurance than I do.
Well, I know that a lot of people that are retiring now are going to another job, such as schools, wherever, which offer insurance. So we're making them, if they wanna stay in our plan, they go to a single HSA plan normally. And then they get their family coverage at their new company. I just think that if we had the option for them to not worry about, they could re-enroll later, then we could save the benefit pool that we're giving, plus the HSA contributions that we're giving. I know this is an old statute. It was prior to me coming
Oh, yeah.
here.
It was-
So I don't know what the premise was behind it, but maybe we can look at it. I mean, to see, you know, if we can do that. Because when they're 65, they go to the fully insured plan, which would save, I mean, because the city's paying what, claims,
Right.
HSA contributions, and the benefit pool. So, I mean, maybe not everybody will take it, but I
Sure.
think it's something that we could look at.
I think it would be a wash.
Well, I've had several people ask me, that's the reason I got a hold of Susan about it, you know.
I would think it'd be a wash, because the number of people that are taking it now that wouldn't take it would probably equal about the same as people that didn't take it and now want back in, maybe? Is there a lot of people that don't take it that don't?
I mean,
Everybody
Maybe
takes
not.
it.
everybody takes it
Because they
unless
have to.
they've got TRICARE, and then they will never they will never
Yeah.
want it back because they have TRICARE for life or whatever. But since they're going to another company or another job, they're dropping their family here because it's a better or cheaper plan there, and so they're double covered, causes medical claim issues for us. You know, it's a nightmare, but if we could look at it.
It would allow the member flexibility. It also would save the city money.
Good morning.
Well, we're,
I guess
We're
you're
adjourning.
wondering why I gathered you all here together like this.
I mean, I know there was a lawsuit many years ago that were brought on by some retirees that had opted out and that wanted to get back in, so
yeah, that was way,
that was prior my
oh yeah.
me starting here, but I mean,
But the statute basically is, you know, if I remember correctly, it says if you drop out, you can't get back in.
Mhm.
And there's so many people leaving earlier. That's a nice way of putting it. And, you know, they basically feel like they have to stay in it, so I mean, you know, if they could drop out, that would sure save the city, wouldn't it? I can't see how it
I
wouldn't.
mean, on its face, it sounds like it, but
yeah, I would say I would run it
can't
by Benji or somebody
Yeah,
just
we'll
to
have to-
see what he thinks. But I
you
mean,
never know how those things are kind of wrapped up, so.
yeah,
Yeah, the insurance is,
yeah.
yeah, that's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
That's why I call it suit. Okay, does anybody have anything else they wanna add to that? I would like to add the health insurance. That's all right with the rest of the members. So we can at least look at it,
Yeah, you can always look at it.
okay? Anybody, anything else you wanna add to it?
No, I mean, I think we've kind of hit the high points for this year. So,
Is
Aaron?
there still an interest in looking at the disabilities and the retirement age to revert back to age 20?
Yeah, that was up here.
personally, I thought kind
No,
of, I thought it
that-
died.
That's what that was on the list.
Right.
But do we still want it on the list, I guess is my question. Is there still, interest in changing the disabilities and or looking
Yeah.
at the age?
I mean, we can always look.
Okay.
I I didn't think it was going anywhere. We had 4 or 5 meetings, and it seemed like we had the same meeting word for word every time, so.
Yeah, there was no movement, so.
Yeah.
I just was thinking that if there's, cause there's a short time frame right now, so if there's things that we may want to look at in the future, then maybe we need to drop the discussion for this legislative session and focus on what the things that we think we want to
Yeah,
change.
I don't think we're gonna be able to change, we're not
Does
gonna
that
be able to
make
change it
sense?
this legislative session, going to 20, because that's gonna take a vote, it's gonna take all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. I think we need to look at the
So-
things that,
So I think we could wait till next year and look at that.
Okay. Matt?
Right.
Whatever, I just think
Right.
it's gonna end up having to be a
Exactly.
package deal. The only reason I would think you would have to leave it in is because there's not gonna be much interest in changing disability if there's not.
No, it's gonna have to be a package deal.
right, that's what I was saying,
So
take
that's
both
what-
of them out
Yeah, if you either
and,
take both of them out or.
and look at them
both
next
of them
year.
in, But yeah,
Yeah.
whichever way you wanna do it.
Well, it
Yeah.
sounds like you should have 2 lists then.
This year and
You
next
should
year.
have a long-term list and a short-term
Yeah.
list.
Well, on the long-term list, and I'm not sure that this is the committee, but I don't know what committee it is, it's the whole kit and caboodle. What is the feasibility of hitting 100% funded in our 30-year time span? I'm telling you.
I know.
When you're-
Todd is supposed to be sending us some information about smoothing
Yes.
and what the,
Well, and right now we're
and-
not
yeah.
set up for that,
Yes,
so,
yes, and that is
Yeah.
something that if we want to do that, needs to go through legislation.
yep.
Todd thinks that it's a really
So it
good-
is the right committee,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I'd say
We
so.
are.
He thinks that it's probably the right time to be doing that and looking at it. But I told him I need information because
Yep.
I'm not
Yeah.
knowledgeable about that. And the state does it right now. So the
Yeah.
state does do a smoothing thing on their
And I would
Funding.
suspect this will be something that we would want to potentially have a second opinion conversation, maybe? I don't know.
I think we need to have that conversation.
I think that one too,
Just
maybe.
Start over with the new actuary. If we don't have
Yeah,
some
you would
numbers-
never make a decision that big without
That's a
making sure it's the right decision.
humongous decision. So, I don't know. That's definitely not a short term,
Yeah,
this legislative session.
probably
but
not even next one.
that's a
If you
big,
start now, you might get it up next one.
maybe. I don't know how long it took the first time around.
What?
Not long.
No.
Like,
It's very rushed.
like a month?
No.
2 months?
Are you talking about 2013? The 2013,
The
that one- that
2013.
one was very quick.
It
Okay,
was quick.
well,
In fact,
Maybe
the
we
board
take a
wasn't
little
even
bit more
involved
time
in
with
it.
I
it
think,
then.
I think things are different now, and I
Okay.
don't know that you could ever get something like that done as quickly as that was done back then.
The board wasn't even involved and had no knowledge of it.
okay. Well, maybe we take our time on it a
Yeah.
little bit.
Okay, so, do y'all wanna drop the 20-year and the disability?
well, why don't we
No,
move them to the long term
yeah.
list?
Yeah, it's a better
I
term.
mean,
I like your
you know,
idea. So long term disability, 20-year retirement, smoothing actuary
Yes.
kind of thing.
Okay, so what do we wanna keep in it?
So we'll move the drop to the long term.
Yeah,
So, I don't know about the insurance. That might be
I
on.
don't know you'll have an answer.
We'll have we could have a conversation with Benji and just
Yeah.
see how involved.
Yes,
like
and then
if it's
at
really,
in the next meeting we can just look
Yeah,
at it.
Yeah.
Benji, Benji can probably take care of that with no problem.
I mean,
do you
he
think
can tell
people
us
would
how
actually take
entangled it
advantage of
is.
Because they're not
Yes.
paying any. Why would they do
They
it?
are,
They are paying.
Oh, they are paying.
Oh,
They
yeah.
are paying. I mean,
it's a hot topic on Facebook.
well, like for me personally, like my wife would like to retire early. So, you know, for those years, I could be on her insurance, and then when we retire, we could switch to the city's insurance. You know, and I don't have to carry our insurance the whole time.
Well, you don't have to as an active, but
Right, but
yeah.
you know what
but,
I'm saying?
Yeah, on a
Like I wouldn't be able to pick it
retiree,
back up. I'd have to double pay.
HSA 1 is $55 a month.
Okay,
I mean, it would save them
all right.
$600 a year, and the hassle of their claims being processed correctly. So, now they would need to know that they're not gonna get the benefit for the HSA contributions.
Sure, right.
So, but I think, I don't know, I just thought that maybe that, we've never looked at it, never asked, so why not ask? There may be something I have no clue about.
It may be something where, you know, there's a benefit to having a certain number of members and a certain number of participants, and when we drop below a certain number,
Yeah.
Yeah, the rates go
catastrophic
up,
things
yeah.
happen, and
Yeah, Benji would know
you
all
know,
that good
and
stuff.
I think he'll be able to tell us that fairly
Oh,
quickly,
oh, yeah.
like, oh gosh, you know, if you upset that apple cart,
Yeah.
these things will happen, and you don't want to consider that or something. I think he'll be able to
Yeah,
pretty quickly tell us.
Benji stays up to date. He used to be my neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll leave benefit, health insurance on here, we'll keep the election actives.
Mm-hmm.
You've got my list.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
13th check, do you wanna keep that on here for the short term?
I think that goes into the long term.
I disagree, but I'm a retiree,
I mean,
you know?
but it's a lot of money right up front
$6 million.
and growing. Every month we wait.
If you guys would stop retiring, it would stay.
Well, I think there's another way retirees can put money back into the system.
I'm getting out of the line of fire, I'm sorry.
It's about his tongue so hard it's about to
The ability to plan to hire personnel. Long
Plan
term,
what?
short term, what?
What's that?
What is that?
The ability to plan, the ability of plan to hire personnel.
Wasn't that, what, if I remember correctly, it was that the plan is getting bigger and especially if you like went to the drop, you're gonna have to hire a bunch of people. I'm sure.
Maybe.
So that, all it is
Long-term-
just to allow us, you know,
Yeah.
within our,
The drop would help you forecast hiring needs,
Yeah.
which may benefit you.
Well, no, I think he's saying like we need to increase our staff, the pension.
the staff, our
Yeah,
staff,
staff.
our staff. Yeah, 2 of them.
Depends on-
We'll put that on long
Well,
term.
the statute only lets you have one, so, I mean, I don't know that you need to make a statutory change to do that, but. you know
Guess
what
we
I'm
had
saying?
to.
Yeah, you know, it's,
The last one is SIR system. However that one word is that I can't say.
Long-term.
Reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
Thank you, whatever. Service purchase. I mean, as long as it's cost neutral,
Yeah, yeah, as long as it costs
Yeah,
nothing.
that is a request from Chief Wells.
yeah. And you did have a couple in your else recruit class this morning that came from SIRS.
Yeah.
So, but
We
Quite a
usually do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has some time.
But it's just gonna
So
be
that's-
expensive. But
Come in on the short
that'd
list.
be complicated though, won't
well, that would have to be.
it? That's a long-term one.
That would have to be. I mean, it's
Actuary,
easy.
yeah.
Just the actuary would have to do all the setting it up to where it's actuarially.
Right.
So I don't know about. I could ask Todd if it. How long you would think it would.
It'll be longer than the session.
Yeah.
So long term on that.
So you only got one thing on there.
So we maybe have health insurance.
Maybe health insurance.
elections.
That's why I
Elections.
said elections.
Yeah,
What
see.
did
Is it worth it
what
to
did
go to
legislature
legislature
say?
versus?
Letsky.
Probably not.
That's it.
Because weren't they ignored last year that we came for just like one little thing? Or two little things?
Usually, they don't usually care.
No.
It's a Lexington thing, they don't seem to care.
Took us
what we do
almost
in
2 years to
Lexington.
get our name straightened out, so.
Yeah. They don't seem to much care what we do
Oh,
in
yeah.
Lexington, they're like, as long as it
I
doesn't
don't,
affect
I
us,
don't
we
want
don't
to
care.
talk
We don't
about our
care.
name change. It's not a good subject right now.
What it, what?
It took 2 years to get our name changed.
Oh, I know.
It was ridiculous.
Yes.
All right, so we have 2 items. Are you gonna talk with Benji or?
I can.
Okay, so, I say we don't meet back until, when do you go to Florida?
20th to the 27th of September.
So we can either, how
Either
about the first week in October?
I think that's fall break.
Is that fall
It
break?
is.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
fall
fall
break.
break.
Call.
All right, so we can either do September 6th, the week of the 16th in September, but
You're on vacation.
oh, okay, I saw on vacation.
When is our next meeting?
The 11th.
11?
The,
Yeah.
September 11th.
And it's late?
Yeah,
10.
that's a,
It's at 10.
Yep.
there
Maybe
gonna be
we
a short
could just
meeting?
do a little
Quick?
touch base after.
Do you think that's enough time to,
Well,
at
I mean,
least-
I should know something from Benji to know if it's either a yes or a no,
okay,
Short-term,
enough to
long-term?
even have a meeting.
okay. So,
Um,
do it after the pension board meeting. The meeting's at 10, so we'll say 11.
Do we have that, do we have them coming to do the,
We don't have anybody
No,
coming, cause you all
they're not doing
didn't
the real
make-
estate thing?
No, they're coming October.
They're coming in
October.
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 Okay.
Do
I'm
that
good with
table
that.
thing.
That'll be up.
Long meeting.
Not long.
Well, you give
It's pretty
each candidate, what,
everything
30
else is
minutes or
pretty
so? And then when the candidates are gonna be here,
No,
No.
that's
That's
October.
October.
oh, that's October, that's right.
That's October, so
Oh, yeah, I'm
September.
missing that.
September, yeah, September's just a regular,
No, wish.
it's just a regular board meeting.
And
Starts at-
remember, that meeting starts at 10, not at 9.
Right.
No,
It's
so
allowing an hour.
I
for
say
board meeting.
we schedule it at 11, and if we start later, it's fine, but we can't start earlier, so.
Okay.
And if Benji
So-
says it's long-term, then I think we should be just, I don't even know if we should really even try the insurance. Or not the insurance.
The
We had the elections, I'm sorry.
Well, it sounds like the election thing, if we just knock out half the wording and just say there's gonna be a vote, then we don't have to be
Yeah.
detailed,
I
so.
wouldn't, the only person that would bring that up is somebody that got aggrieved during the election. The state's not involved in that stuff. I mean, it would be somebody that thought they got screwed in the election.
And
They would bring it up, otherwise, you know.
And we've only
Very
had one
rare.
in the last 5 years or
So,
10 years,
yeah.
so I would like to get that changed.
Okay.
Just
But
simplify
I
that
don't know that it's
quickly.
worth doing it by itself. That's your
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
All right, so Benji needs to come through for me,
He's good at that.
because every
Yeah.
time, yes.
Yeah, Benji's,
All right, so we're gonna meet September 11th at 11 o'clock.
okay.
I'll send out a meeting written invite. We'll
Okay.
just meet up here. All right.
Since we'll already be here.
Meeting adjourned.